isn't something that you can fix for these poor birds, which is very, very tragic.
It's a tragedy rooted in good intentions. You may recall in April of this year, these two mated swans, Mango and Charlotte, dazzled social media with a heartwarming reunion caught on camera after Mango returned from receiving medical care. In June, the pair welcomed 5 cygnets to their home here at Scarborough Bluffs Park. But today, there are no young swans to be found. 3 of the babies died soon after hatching, and the other 2 were rescued this week with a deformity known as angel wing, a deformity that happens in the bones of young birds as they grow. The cause? Malnutrition, usually caused by human feeding.
We see it every year at Toronto Wildlife Center, usually in waterfowl, whether it's swans or sometimes Canada geese, we see it in as well. And it's typically in these areas like big public parks where there is a lot of feeding going on.
Carvanen acknowledging the temptation to throw a piece of food to a bird probably comes from a good place, but warns the birds aren't adapted for our diet. Adding bread especially is filling, but contains little to no nutritional value.
Really ask them to think about what they're doing and why. If they're doing it because they love these animals, they care about these animals, then it is not a good thing to do. Use a camera, take some photographs of these beautiful animals, watch their normal behaviors in the wild and how they interact with each other and their young ones.
This comes a little more than a year after an updated bylaw against wildlife feeding went into effect. Dr. Esther Attard, Director of Toronto Animal Services, telling City News in a written statement, reading in part, "It is unfortunate these swans are not well. The city had placed a very detailed sign at a location near where they are seen the most so the public can be constantly educated about the impact their feeding is having. Wild animals do not require any food from people."
Generally speaking, yeah, I do see the public feeding.
Doesn't matter what day of the week or what time of the day. You come down and there's signs everywhere saying don't feed the swans, and people ignore it.
We did also reach Shades of Hope Wildlife Refuge in Georgina, the group that rescued these cygnets. While they didn't have someone available for an interview, they did confirm both the babies are in their care. After about a month, they'll transfer to the Trumpeter Swan Society for further rehabilitation. There is a chance they could recover enough to be released into the wild because they're still so young, but they will never be reunited with Mango and Charlotte. Shades of Hope explaining it will take so long for a potential recovery, their parents will have given them up for dead and would no longer care for them. At Scarborough Bluffs Park, David Zura, City News.